welcome. My name is Melissa. We are now up to your 21st and 22nd week. This particular exercise routine today I have designed for those 2 weeks that you can do 3-4 times a week for those 2 particular weeks, and then we move on to degressing some more. So this nicely follows on from if you've been with me from the start or the previous 2 weeks. So we're going to start with a warm-up, but I'll show you what we have set up, and that is we've got some dumbbells for a split stance deadlift, okay? We've got this particularly for your one-arm rows, so whatever weights you're going to do for that, or perhaps you're going to regress, yeah? And then we've got a wall sit, so we're just going to use the wall to sit here, and it's optional to add some weight. We are going to start off with a bit of a warm-up. Let's start marching, and I'm going to put my timer on. All right, so let's march for a little bit, up to a minute. All right, so what's the most important part about prenatal training is that you really don't want to ever be out of breath. Most important part. We call this the talk test. So if you aren't able to hold a conversation, you're training too hard, your heartbeat's too high, and you know it's easy to get that heart rate higher up when you're pregnant because there's a lot more going on physiologically, more pressure. So you really don't need to be working extra hard. So being out of breath, you know, you're depriving the baby of oxygen, and that's not wise for its development. Yeah. Alright, so it's just about the blood flow, getting it through, not meant to be out of breath, ever. And you're not also meant to hold your breath, yeah? That's also important, because again, you're depriving it of oxygen. Okay, let's do a bit of a side stance. To go low, it's just a bit of a half bend. More seconds. Bit of a trunk twist. Fantastic. All right, so we're just going to do a bit of a hip release, lightening. If you can't do that, that's fine. Just put one leg forward, one back, and what we're going to do, yeah, just a bit to the side, so you're feeling that stretch here. Yep. A little bit back. Don't bend your lower back, yeah? We're just sort of kind of pushing a bit back, yep. All right, up and the twisting that way. 1, 2, 3. All right, swap legs, and then we go bump, bump. And then we're just going to do a bit of a back line. Yep, so kind of feeling that here. So a little bit of it. Fantastic. And then just a little bit of a dynamic hip, dynamic hamstring stretch. So we're just going to go, so straighten this leg, bend this one, and then we're just coming down a little bit. Yep. Fantastic. All right, so we're going to start off with our split stance deadlift. Now, in the first trimester, we've done this. We haven't too much done it in the second trimester so far, but essentially we're going to be doing 3 sets, 12 reps, yeah? Now, we've so far been, altering, 4 to 3 tempo. What we're going to do here is, in fact, I've got written down. So, the last time, going off from week 15 and 16, if you're with me, and we did a tempo of 4, right? So 4 down. If you would like to, reduce that to a tempo of 3, that'd be great. If you're going on from there, otherwise, what you can do is reduce the weight. Yeah? Okay. So what we're going to do, forward step here, back one there. So the front leg is going to be working, yeah? So we're going to go 1. So what we're going to do, going down. 1, 2, 3, and up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You're not meant to go all the way down, and you can't with pregnancy, right? 1, 2, 3. So if you've reduced the weight since week 15 and 16, follow this. Otherwise, if you haven't, then try and do a 3-second tempo. And you might feel for that 10 reps is enough rather than 12. Swap. More. Fantastic. Okay, so what we have next is our 1-arm row. Now the major change here from the last time we've done our 1-arm row is actually the tempo. So we might not be reducing our weights yet here, but we are reducing the tempo. So last time we were doing a tempo of 4, now we're doing a tempo of 3, still 12 reps. Okay, so left leg forward, right arm, the hips are straight, the trunk is not twisting, yeah, so it's just up and down. Fantastic. Alright. So, what we're doing next is a wall sit, and you might decide to add some weights on there, completely optional, or perhaps even a plate. Weight plate might be easier. Let's go. 60 seconds. You might feel that it's too much to have weight on here. Up to you. There's no right or wrong. Fantastic. All right, let's shake it off for a minute. Relax a bit. So, one leg forward, the other one back a little bit, and off we go. 3 tempo sets up, 3 seconds down. 2. Let's swap legs. One more. Fantastic. All right, so now we've got our one arm row. Remember, we come up quick and we're going down slowly, 3 seconds. Okay, the trunk does not move. It does not twist. Okay? Come up. 1, 2, 3. Let's swap arms. 2 more. All right, so next up is our wall sit. Yeah. And we're going to do 60 seconds. This is actually one of my all-time favourite exercises, to be honest, because it's so chill, yet it really does work the legs. It's incredible. Let's wrap it up. All right. Let's do a 60-second break. Grab a bit of a drink if you must. Stretch it out. Let's get back onto those deadlifts one last time. This is our last round. Okay, one leg forward, doesn't matter which one. It's always actually better to go with your non-dominant side first. Okay, let's go. Swap legs. Fantastic. Okay, so we now have our one arm rows. If you feel the need to get your breath back in between whenever, just do so. Just take a pause. Okay, so our one arm row. Let's go. 1, 2. Fantastic. Let's swap sides and leg. Okay, off we go. One more, and we're done. Fantastic. Now, our last wall sit. More seconds, we're nearly there. Okay, that's a wrap for the first circuit. Please give yourself a 60-second break and come back for the second circuit. Hello and welcome back. So what I have in our second circuit is a little bit different than usual if you've been with me from the start. And that is, we have TY raises, arm raises, okay? So this is usually done on a bench, right, like this, and you're kind of coming up like that, yeah? What we're going to do is the pregnancy version of it, and that is, so you lean your head, you know, it can either be a bench, lift it up, yeah, and then you put your head on it, and you're going like this, or what I have here is also another option, so on this box higher up, yeah, kind of come like that, and you raise here. Yep. So it's just an arm raise. So this is literally the pregnancy version of it. All right, so that's that one. And then we have a band wood chop, yeah? So if you're with me in first trimester, we did a bit of this. A different variation here is you kind of go like that, and then you step this way, and you step this way, yeah? You're keeping your arms straight, yeah. Okay, and then we've got some air punches, yeah? You can also add in some kicks in the mix if you like. Okay, so let's start off with our arm raises, okay? Here we are doing a count of 3, so 3 tempo seconds, and we're going to do 3 rounds of 12 reps each. Okay, let's get to it. You really don't need high, 3s or 4s kilos is usually can be a challenge. Okay, all right, let's start. you are resting your neck, you're not straining the neck. To our wood chops. Okay, so here, back, 12 each side. Now this tempo might be a little bit quicker, yeah, because there's not much range of motion, so it might be 2 seconds. Fantastic. Alrighty, so now we're going to move on to our air punches. Alright, so all we're going to do here, I'm going to actually add an extension as well to give you variations of options depending where you're at and feeling comfortable. Alright, so one option is you can go side, and you go like this. Side, yep, so sorry. Side lunge, here, 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 yeah? Otherwise, you can just do punches, all right? Or you could just do sides, yeah? So I'm gonna give you some variations, all right? What I'm gonna do is the hard one for you to follow. So that is this one, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 12 on each side. Let's shake it off and I'll give you a 60-second break. Fantastic, we're getting back in there, right? Okay, so 3 seconds, so up and 3 seconds down, okay? Let's go. 1, 2, Okay, fantastic. Now we go on to our band wood chops. Back. Last one. Fantastic. Alright, so next up is our air punches. Alrighty, so air punches, whatever you decided to do, you can switch it up, it's completely up to you. Alright, so alrighty, let's give it a 60-second break. Grab some water if you must. Wriggle around, loosen it up. Alright. Okay, so we're going to go back. We've got our, it's called the TY raise, arm raise. Okay, so off we go. Fantastic. All right, let's get on to our band wood chops. All right, ready? Off we go. exercise for the day, wherever it is you're up to and feel comfortable. Let's go with that. So I'll do the one that I've been doing, and that's this one. Side lunge, and you're keeping it low. Fantastic. All right, well, let's wrap it up. Don't go away. We're going to cool down, do a bit of stretching. Let's start off with a backline stretch. Now, you can just pull off from whatever bar, side of the wall, this, whatever. And we really just want to get this stretch here. We've worked it quite a bit today. Swap sides. Fantastic. A bit of that hamstring stretch. Side neck. And next, other side. Fantastic, thank you. Please continue this workout at least 3-4 times during the next 2 weeks. These 2 weeks, and then we move on to the next 2 weeks. So join me there. I'll see you then.